Testes, testes, 1, 2, 3, testes, testes, 1, 1. Hi, welcome to another edition of The Hot Seat. I'm your host, Eric Pratt, and with me today I have a very special guest, Nathan Miller. Nathan?
Eric, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Why would you say you're a special guest to the show?
Because I am the longest tenured employee at Revenue River other than yourself.
Wrong. That wasn't the answer I was looking for. It was that, Nathan, you've traveled here all the way from New York, have you not?
That's true. I am based out of New York and I have an office in Soho, and so I'm glad to be here with the Denver team.
Yeah, this is a travel trip for you. And while you're in town, we decided to get a hot seat and get you in person because we don't see you that much, right?
Yeah, and you value my input on these sort of things.
Absolutely, I do. By the way, what employee number were you?
I am employee number 2.
Officially employee number 2. Okay, so what you did is you pre-answered a question I was going to ask you later by misanswering a question I asked you earlier. See what you did there?
I'm just trying to make time.
Sure.
Yeah, and we're ruining it now.
How many? Let's get this game out of the muck. What's your title here?
I am a campaign manager.
Campaign manager. What's campaign manager do?
Basically, we are making sure in the operations department that all of our campaigns run smoothly, that our team has what they need, our clients have what they need, and that the open flow of communication and deliverables is moving smoothly.
What other profession would you equate a campaign manager to? Like a campaign manager is like a...
I would say a campaign manager is probably like a producer on a movie shoot. There's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of requirements, a lot of budget concerns and timing, and just a lot of things to balance. And so that person is just there to be an advocate for everyone and make sure what needs to be done is getting done and everyone has their eyes on the prize.
I was thinking referee.
A referee also works too.
It sounds like a juggler, maybe?
Yeah.
Some sort of juggler?
Yeah. I would say I'm a better campaign manager than a juggler, certainly.
I hope so. I've seen you juggle. How many fantasy football teams do you have this year?
I will be in 7 leagues this year.
7 leagues. That's a lot. Is that an all-time high?
No, that is half of my all-time high.
All-time high of 14 teams at once?
Yeah.
One season.
One
One NFL season.
Those were dark days. We don't talk about those.
Dark days. What do you do in your free time? So what exactly are you in town?
Oh, for work, certainly, but also it happens to be our fantasy football draft for Revenue River, so.
Fantasy football draft. You're in town for work in a fantasy football draft. Thank you. What would you say was your brightest day at Revenue River? You have a lot of days to choose from. What are we talking, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, 5.5, right? Yeah.
Almost 6 years. That's a long time. So I got a lot of questions revolving around that. First, what would you say your brightest day at Revenue River was?
There have been a lot of good moments. I think one of my favorites was actually when I talked to you about moving to New York, because I thought that we were going to have to go separate ways. And after having that discussion with you, we figured out a way that I could stay involved in the company and help keep us growing. And to go from thinking that I was going to lose all these connections and not be able to work to be able to have all that relief of being able to keep working with you guys. That was a really special moment for me.
Bright day? Yeah. If I can interpret that from my side, you basically just came into my office with a plan. You had options, but you knew very well one of those options was to quit and no longer be with the team.
Yeah.
And that was what, like 3 years ago?
Yeah, just over.
So I think you moved to New York 3 years ago. You worked out of your closet for a year, and then we opened the office in Soho, I believe 2 years ago this month.
Yep, that's right.
Very cool. Very cool. Doing a pretty good job for yourself.
It's worked out very nicely, and I've really appreciated the trust and latitude offered to me by you and the rest of the management team.
Thanks, buddy. How many people have we hired this year?
What are you up to? 14?
14 new hires this year. Good answer. Bing, check mark, Sam. What advice would you give those 14 new people this year on how to deal with me? Because you've dealt with me for almost 6 years now. There's got to be a secret potion to that, right? Like you've outlasted the majority of humans that have ever tried to be in the same general anything with me for that long. What advice would you give them?
I would say the number one thing is to take you at your word and understand that when you're talking to someone, giving them feedback, it's not a criticism of them, it's a criticism of a situation or an individual event or something like that, and there is positive reinforcement that is behind that. And you can get over the top and you can get in someone's business and really trying to blow up the spot about certain things, but it's all from a place of love and a place of wanting to see them grow and mature and not make mistakes and be able to deliver better for our clients.
So I'm a dick, but I speak with love.
Yeah, probably that.
Okay. I was thinking right in the middle of that there's like some sort of agreement that we have that everybody would sort of like maybe fall back on in times like that. Do you know what that agreement is?
I think I actually missed the 5 agreements thing. Is that not what we're talking about?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Anybody? Nicole, live studio audience?
Don't take it personal.
Don't take things personally. There it is. Winner. All right, that's going to be a mystery. We'll save that for another time. All right, Nathan, our time upon a time together is coming short. Is there anything else that you'd like me to hit on? Maybe like you want to prompt me with a question to ask you? Like what do you want to share today? Is there anything particular?
Well, I think what's your favorite thing that you've seen? Those of us who have been here the longest, how have us growing and changing and being able to evolve? Like, what's been your enjoyment of being able to see that not just the company grow, but the people involved?
Oh, you're going to ask me that question now, not like stage me to ask you a question. You're going to ask me what's my who?
What's the favorite thing about seeing the people that have been in this company grow along with it?
Favorite thing about seeing the people that grow, like some of the old guard, like you guys and stuff. We've come a long ways in a few years, haven't we?
Certainly have.
You guys couldn't, for a large part, find your ass with both hands, and to see you guys grow and mature into like people are getting married, they're having kids, they're buying houses. Like the fact that anybody would marry the guys that I knew 5 years ago, to me,
that
is,
would never have happened.
Yeah, right. Like there's clearly maturity continuum that you guys are rolling through. It's really cool to watch you guys all grow up in front of my eyes. To watch you guys really come into your own from a strategy and execution part in the workplace. Like, you guys are crushing it.
And I would agree, and I think that's a lot to do with the investment you've made in us and giving us tools to learn and grow. And it's easy to apply that stuff to work, but it's been fun to see how that applies to our personal lives and all of the ways that we've been able to grow that.
Yeah. So what I heard there is that we have invested heavily into each other, and the product of those mutual investments has been some sort of like synergy or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's probably applicable.
It's the weirdest damn thing. Who would have thought?
I don't know.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Nathan, you've been a fantastic guest. One sleeper pick for fantasy football here. Who's your one player going to be overlooked, going to have a great season? Tell us now.
Trey Burton, tight end, Chicago Bears.
Never heard of him. All right, guys, that's it. Nathan, good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Rocked it. Thanks, all.